Good afternoon. Thank you for invitation. I'm greatly honored to be able to speak here. My name is Miroslav Krotký, and I'm the Director of Nutritional Services at Na Homolce Hospital and Motol Hospital. When I started working at the hospital, I added on to my education as nutrition therapist because it was important for me. I was to decide about subjects that I didn't have any experience about, and it was very useful. How did it all start? When I came to the Homolce Hospital, I was surprised not to see any nutritionally balanced meal. This was the typical hospital diet in Czechoslovakia based on high content of saccharides and fats, classical heavy Czech food. And since my deputy has been a vegan or a moderate vegetarian, I was motivated to try out vegetarian meals that were on offer there and get engaged into the transformation. In 2021, we started to cooperate with Nestlé and their Garden Gourmet program. This is highly industrially processed food, so we gave up on that very soon, and we really use basic raw materials for balanced diet, and daily sales of plant-based meals makes up 20% out of the overall volume of meals sold. Our consumers believe that a vegetarian meal is a normal meal, not as an exception anymore, which is the evidence for me that we are going the right way. Why is it sensible for me from the operational point of view? We've heard about why it is healthy for our body. But let me tell you more about the hospital operation. Of course, light and nutritional meals for our patients and for our staff. That is important. I have feedback from the staff. Lighter meals give them more energy. They don't feel tired after lunch, not sleepy. And of course, the meals are more attractive, colorful. As for carbon footprint, there is a big absence about the fact that there is a carbon footprint not only when we produce plant-based meals and meat meals, but also when they're cooked. Because when I cook red meat, the time it takes me is several hours, whereas plant-based food is cooked earlier, 1 hour or several minutes. So adding this saved energy and saved carbon footprint, or maybe matured red meat, we have to add controlled maturation of several months. We can see that there is a much larger carbon footprint, and it is not highlighted often, but it is one of the costs that we have to pay in forms of energy. So even so, some people say that vegetarian meals are expensive. If we take into consideration how much energy it costs when cooking them and compare it to a higher price of, let's say, nuts, we see that there is a balance, and it is actually better to go for plant-based foods. Flavors, modern food. We all love to travel, see new countries, new flavors, and if we are able to incorporate flavors and emotions into hospital food, that is very useful. So it is good to be inspired, for example, by Indian cuisine, which is lovely scents and lovely flavors. And those who have met it before will be very happy to eat it again in the hospitals. Education plays a very important role. I keep educating my staff and myself as well. I really love it. And we can make a big leap forward in nutrition. There are several pictures here. At the top, you can see how vegan meals are prepared. Also, one vegetarian, prepared by the chefs at the Homolce Hospital for me to test whether their calculation is okay, whether we can offer it to our consumers. And it resulted in a very nice list of meals that we can incorporate into patient food. There is a red beet, spread of cheese, which is high in protein, and also fermented red cabbage. And what made me especially happy and is very popular, apples marinated in coconut milk, fried. And we found out that this is a great dessert for the geriatric department because it is very nutritious, soft, and it is also allowed for diabetics. So we don't have to use so many artificial sweeteners. It is good to offer full-valued sweet meal, and there's also a vegetable pie. So this is a photograph of vegan course for chefs. This was highly inspiring. And then there's a course, another technical seminar with all the staff active in catering in the Homolce Hospital. So for me, education is key. Keep attending courses, seminars, motivating others. I love good food, and I want my staff to be happy and enjoy good food as well, which is healthy at the same time. And I need to give a lot of space to my chefs for creativity. I don't want them to just work based on orders and instructions. They need to be happy, to be creative, to be happy. So everything I'm talking about is a big challenge for institutional catering. Now to the Motol Hospital. The same shock like 7 years ago in Homolce. I came across the same situation. There is a big demand for vegan and vegetarian meals in the Motol Hospital by patients and staff as well. So I had to keep answering questions about when are we going to see more vegan and vegetarian meals, not just sweet meals. In my opinion, a sweet meal is not a typical vegetarian meal. And there's about 50% people who love sweet meals and the other 50% don't. So if there is a sweet vegetarian meal, I ask the chef to add another alternative meat-free meal. We cooperated with the vegetarian, so-called vegetarian initiative. We had an education course together. Our chefs learned how to prepare a whole vegetarian menu. The chefs loved it. And nowadays, out of 7 standard meals, we sell 1 vegan and 1 vegetarian, and the sales of these meals went up by more than 140%. I was really surprised when I was preparing this presentation how big the increase was. So it's 147 rise in sales of vegan and vegetarian meals. This is another table. Out of 26,046 portions, 3,000 portions, vegetarian portions in February, and now in September, in 9 days, we sold more than 7,000 vegetarian meals out of 26,500 portion. So the increase is very high, and we will proceed. And there is some slight distortion because there was one holiday day. What are the future challenges? We want to offer vegetarian meals regularly, so there would be a vegan meal every day on offer. We need to educate our nutrition therapists in the sense that they should realize that plant-based food is very healthy, very good for the patients. Part of our patients then leave the hospital and go to senior institutions, and they usually offer just meat. It is necessary to change the overall attitude to food and not understand meat as a sign of well-being, of wealth. Of course, we used to believe that meat is for well-off people, but nowadays it is counterproductive, it is not healthy, it is just a matter of custom. So education is important, and it is necessary to keep offering vegan and vegetarian meals when the consumers come to us asking what is on offer. We should really tell them we have a very nice vegetarian or vegan meal, which is great in flavor. Please come on and try it. It is necessary to keep convincing the patients and the staff that they should not be afraid of eating plant-based meals. And my highest goal is to include vegan meals into regular catering for patients. I wasn't allotted too much time, but unfortunately that time is up. Thank you for attention.